Hello, my name's Liz. This is episode 16 of my Let's Play of Dragon Age Origins. I apologize again, I am suffering from a cold, but I want to do this. So I'm going to. So the first thing we're gonna do is talk to Severin. Why are you sitting like that, Alistair? Actually, yeah, let's talk to Severin first.
Here I am.
Here you are, Severin. Never really liked Severin. The thing about Severin is that he's an assassin. He has no compunction against killing people, and he actually rationalizes by saying it's fun. Care to answer some questions?
Oh, this should be good. Go ahead.
What does it take to become an assassin?
Well, the crows would have you believe that it is an involved process that takes years of training, the sort that tests both your resolve and your endurance. Survive that process and maybe, just maybe, you're good enough to start being considered one of them. But quite frankly, the truth is that all it requires is a desire to kill people for a living. It's surprising how well one can do in such a field.
You did quite well, no doubt. So that's the question. That's the question I'm going to ask him, because calling him a murderer he won't like that. You did quite well, no doubt.
Within the crows, I did. But it has been something the crows have devoted a great deal of time to perfecting. An assassin simply specializes in striking from stealth, and in maximizing that first attack to be as lethal as possible. Debilitate your foe, either by poison or by crippling their limbs, makes any follow-up combat you need to engage in that much simpler.
His teeth are also extremely dark. I notice that every time. Okay, so what we do is affirm. That sounds like it could be useful.
See? Getting paid for the act is beside the point. An assassin is more a tactical choice than a lifestyle. Of course, the crows like to pretend that their abilities are trade secrets, shrouded in shadows and wrapped in a blanket of mystery. So let's just keep this between you and me, shall we?
And he approves. We're gonna talk to him a few times on different things.
Here I am.
And then we'll talk to other people as well. Care to answer some questions?
Oh, this should be good. Go ahead.
Why did you want to leave the crows exactly?
Well now, I imagine that's a very fair question. Being an assassin, after all, is a living, at least as far as such things go. I was simply never given the opportunity to choose another way. So, if that choice presents itself, why should I not seize upon it?
But what would you rather do?
Now that you mention it, I am not entirely certain. I was but a boy of 7 when I was purchased. For 3 sovereigns, I'm told. Which is a good price, considering I was all ribs and bone and didn't know the pommel of a dagger from the pointy end. The crows buy all their assassins that way. Buy them young, raise them to know nothing else but murder. And if you do poorly in your training, you die.
And does that system work?
Of course. You compete against your fellow assassins, and those who survive are rightfully proud of it. In Antiva, being a crow gets you respect. It gets you wealth. Gets you women. And men. Or whatever it is you might fancy. But that does not mean doing what is expected of you always. And it means being expendable. It's a cage, if a gilded cage. Pretty, but confining.
So what is it you fancy exactly?
I fancy many things. I fancy things that are beautiful, and things that are strong. I fancy things that are dangerous and exciting. Would you be offended if I said I fancied you?
But I'm a man. Oh god, what am I supposed to say to Zev? I forgot he's bi. My heart just... Nah, I don't want to start a romance with Zev. No, but you need to
Ah,
bother.
that's too bad. I do so enjoy it when I get to be flirty. As for what I'll do in the future, presuming that there is one, I truly can't imagine. It might be interesting to go into business for myself, for a change. Far away from Antiva, of course. For now, naturally, I go where you go.
I'm happy to have you along. Is that the best way? Won't the crows eventually find you? I'm happy to have you along.
And here I am, happy to be had. Isn't it wonderful how things work out that way? Come now, enough chit-chat. Talking about the crows summons them, you know. Any Antivan fishwife could tell you so.
Okay, he liked that, even though I turned him down. I'm gonna talk to him one more time.
Here I am.
Okay, care to answer some questions?
Oh, this should be good. Go ahead.
Do you actually enjoy being an assassin?
And why not? There are many things to enjoy about being a crow in Antiva. You are respected, you are feared, the authorities go out of their way to overlook your trespasses, even the rewards are nothing to turn your nose up at. As for the killing part, well, some people simply need assassinating. Or do you disagree?
No, you're probably right.
I often find myself the instrument of fate, ending these lives for one necessity or another. I console myself with the notion that most of them had it coming. As far as enjoying the act of killing itself, why not? There is a certain artistry to the deed, the pleasure of sinking your blade into their flesh and knowing that their life is in your hands.
And then we gotta affirm him. I know what you mean.
There are many things I did not enjoy about being a crow, of course. Having no choice, being treated as an expendable commodity, the rules. Oh, so many rules. But simply being an assassin, I like it just fine. I will continue to do it if I can, even if I am not a crow. Honestly, could you picture me doing something else?
Why not? You can do whatever you like.
Whereas I am content merely doing what I happen to be good at. It's a talent that not many come by, honestly. I don't see why I need not pursue it. Of course, all these thoughts are moot. Chances are still good that you and I will perish, eaten by darkspawn or slain by the crows at some point. Very gruesomely, I imagine. But it is pleasant enough to chat about. Come, let's move on while our boots still have some wear in them.
Okay, so we got some good approval from Zev there. You just affirm him. He's a very simple character. He kills people. He feels no remorse. And that's just him. So you just gotta go with it. Alistair?
You know, maybe this isn't the best time to be thinking about this, but I've something to ask you. Chances are we'll be heading to Denerim soon. And when we're there, I wonder if we might be able to look someone up.
Well, Alistair, that is where we're going next, so this is a timely thing for you to bring up. We have a friend outside the Grey Wardens.
I'm not talking about a friend, exactly. And no, it's not that sort of friend either. The thing is, I have a sister, a half-sister. I told you about my mother, right? She was a servant at Redcliffe Castle and she had a daughter. Only I never knew about her. I don't think she knew about me either. They kept my birth a secret after all. But after I became a Grey Warden, I did some checking and, well, I found out she's still alive. In Denerim.
That's wonderful news.
She's the only real family I have left. The only family not also mixed up in the whole royal thing. I've just been thinking that maybe it's time I went to see her. With the blight coming and everything, I don't know if I'll ever get another chance to see her. Maybe I can help her. Warn her about the danger, I don't know.
I must say, Alistair looks excellent in that Templar armor. Although I do not know what is up with this and this. What is up with that? Never understood that. They must be heavy. Okay. Let's see. What are you expecting she will do?
I'm not sure. I don't know anything about her except her name and where she lives. Her name is Goldanna, and I think she remarried but still lives just outside the alienage. if we're in the area, then, well, it's worth a look.
He approves a little bit. We're gonna talk to him, actually.
Something on your mind?
I have some questions.
Of course.
Okay, let's talk. Tell me about the Grey Wardens. Why have you remained a Templar if you hate the Chantry? I don't think he hates the Chantry, but we'll ask him.
Have you seen the uniform? It's not only stylish, but well made. I'm a sucker for good tailoring.
That's true. He's got the Templar armor. It looks pretty good. Let's see. You should have become a mage. Well, we'll ask him that. In that case, you should have become a mage.
Oh, you aren't kidding. I think the Templar uniforms are as colourful as they are just so the Templars didn't feel dull in comparison. Last thing you want when you're about to take down some Maleficar out in the woods is to have him point and laugh at your taste in clothing, am I right?
Seems like that might happen anyway. That's pretty bad. So this is where you deflect questions with humor, right?
I'd use my shield if I could, but I think you might actually spot me hiding behind it. You don't really want to know about my being a Templar, do you? It's really quite boring.
I do really want to know, yes.
Poke, poke, poke. Tell me everything about your life, Alistair. All right, if you insist. It's not like we have anything better to do, right? The truth of the matter is that I did hate going to the monastery. The initiates from poor families thought I put on airs, while the noble ones called me a bastard and ignored me. I felt like Al Eamon had cast me off, unwanted, and I was determined to be bitter. But I took some solace in the training itself, I guess. I was actually quite good at it.
What did you enjoy about the training?
The education, mostly, but also the discipline. You need to have a disciplined mind in order to use the abilities we have. It was difficult, but rewarding. I never really felt at home anywhere, though, until I joined the Grey Wardens. And Duncan felt my Templar abilities might be useful for when we encountered Darkspawn magic, so I kept it up. What about you? Do you have anywhere you consider home?
Is a circle of... Yeah, I'll say, because my character is a circle mage, and he really believes in the circles, so I'm going to say the Circle of Magi's Tower was my home for a long time.
But it's not your home anymore, right? You can never go back for good. I think I understand how you feel. We won't always be traveling like this, you know? Once the war is over, once the Blight is... well, a time will come when we'll have to think about having a real home again. Though that seems like a far ways off. And I suppose the Grey Wardens are gone for good. Either way.
They can always be rebuilt.
I suppose you're right. We can create new Grey Wardens, but we'll never get back those we lost. I wonder if it would ever feel the same. Anyhow, now I've sidetracked us. We'd better get back to what we're supposed to be doing right now.
Only one approval. Alistair, you're killing me. Okay, my canon playthrough, I marry Alistair, I become his queen. You can do that in the game. Nobody worries about that. There is spoilers. I have said on multiple occasions in this run there is spoilers, so if you just got spoilers, that's your fault. And in my head, then we start building up the Grey Wardens again. That's one of our biggest tasks, to keep the realm safe for the future.
Yes? Something you need?
I'd like to talk to you about something.
Yes? What's on your mind?
I heard that in Orlais, minstrels are often spies.
Where did you hear this?
Someone told me this a long time ago.
And you believe everything you hear? Not all minstrels are spies. Most are just singers and storytellers. But some of them are what we call bards.
I thought minstrels were bards.
Many use the two words minstrel and bard interchangeably. but to do so in Orlais would cause misunderstanding. Bards are minstrels and more. Spies, as you say. Some say there is a bard order, but I don't think this is true. Many bards work alone or in small groups, doing the bidding of a patron who pays for their services. If there is an organization behind it all, no one knows who they are.
What sort of services does a bard offer?
What do you think? They infiltrate, steal, sometimes assassinate. It depends on the bard. In Orlais, there is much rivalry amongst the highborn. They fight over land, influence, and the favor of the Empress. But they cannot do this openly because it is impolite, and in public, they wear smiling faces and pretend to be civil. In secret, they plot and scheme to destroy each other. It is a game completely meaningless to anyone but its players.
You seem to know quite a bit about these bards.
And I should, shouldn't I, after having spent most of my adult life as one? You've guessed as much, I'm sure. But does it really matter what I was? What's past is past.
So that's where you learned to fight like that.
My skills served me well, but the day finally came when I decided to just put them aside. I found myself in Ferelden and sheltered from bad weather in the Chantry, and when the storm passed, I just did not want to leave. I like to say the Maker brought me here.
Okay, let's see if she says anything else.
Yes? Something you need?
I'd like to talk to you about something.
Yes? What's on your mind?
You were a traveling minstrel. Do you have tales to share?
Of course I do. I love stories far too much to keep them to myself. Everyone should be able to benefit from them, I think.
Okay, do you know any Ferelden legends? Wait. Ferelden legends, right? There we go.
I know one, told to me by my mother a long time ago. It always chilled me to the bone. Maybe you have heard of Flemeth?
Morgan's. I've met a Flemeth in the Korkari wilds.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Was she the Flemeth of
Yes,
legend?
she was.
Flemeth, the devourer of men.
Yep,
Flemeth, mother of witches.
that's right.
Flemeth, demon-touched, who dwells in the mists.
That's true. It's all of those. She looked like your average old woman. Well, she didn't really act like your average old woman, did she? She didn't really introduce herself as such.
Ferelden mothers scare their daughters with talk of Flemeth. They say that if you're bad, Flemeth will spirit you away and bind you to her forever. They also say that Flemeth mourns her lost beauty and will steal yours through your looking glass if she catches you.
Flemeth was once beautiful?
Flemeth's beauty was known throughout the land. She had hair like unto a moonless night, skin as pale as winter's first snow, and eyes as beautiful and perilous as the sea. When she came of age, she came to the attention of the Lord of Highever, Conobar, and he took her for his wife. Conobar soon learned that his young bride had the gift of magic. He kept this a secret, for he feared that she would be taken from him. Flemeth stayed with Conobar for some years, and with his blessing, she practiced her art. And then one day, a young poet named Osen came to the castle. Flemeth was captivated by Osen's voice, and he by her beauty, and they fell in love.
Ooh, the plot thickens.
Flemeth longed to be with her true love, and she and Osen fled from Conobar's lands, seeking refuge in the Korkari wilds with the Chasing tribes. They lived there happily for many a year, till the day Flemeth received news that Conobar was dying and longed to see her face one last time. Flemeth's heart swelled with pity for the man who once was her husband, and begged Osen to return to Conobar's side with her. But when Flemeth and Osen entered Highever, they were captured by Conobar's men, and Osen was slain in front of Flemeth's eyes. Flemeth was imprisoned in the highest tower of the castle. there to await Conobar's judgment on her. Distraught at the loss of her love, Flemeth plotted revenge against her husband. She summoned a fey demon, intending for it to wreak vengeance on Conobar. But a spell went awry. The demon possessed Flemeth. Turning her into an abomination, the halls of the castle run red with blood as Flemeth slaughtered Conobar and all his men. The last of Flemeth's humanity melted away, and at dawn, she stole back to the wilds to plot and scheme for 100 years. They say she took to her side many chastened men, and with their help, begat her daughter witches, who even now prowl the dark places of the Kokari wilds.
Okay, so that's the story. I think to win her friendship, you just say, yes, I believe in God, yes, you're right, blah, 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 and then you listen to all of her stories. Let's just move on right for now. Ah, dear. So let's talk to Win.
What's on your mind?
Oh, Win, I just love you. Are you feeling better?
Oh, yes, and thank you for asking. I'm feeling much better today.
Please let me know if there's anything I can do.
Well, thank you for your kindness, my dear.
Oh, so
It
sorry.
certainly warms these rickety old bones.
Aww.
What's on your mind?
Just love her. I was just thinking about being a Grey Warden.
Is something troubling you?
I don't know, it's just difficult sometimes, or everyone expects so much from me. Sometimes I wish I could go back to my old life. It's difficult sometimes, I'd say.
You are one of the 2 surviving Grey Wardens in Ferelden. You defend all of us, and much rests on your shoulders. It may not mean much to you, but thank you for having the courage to continue to fight.
I don't give up easily.
And that gives me hope.
And then she says she approves again. Aww. I just adore her. I wish she was my grandma. Okay, Sten.
You called.
I did. I want to discuss something you mentioned.
Speak, then.
That's enough for now.
Then I suggest we move on.
I have a question.
I am hardly surprised.
Do you find Ferelden very strange?
To put it lightly, no one has a place here. Our farmers wish to be merchants. The merchants dream of being nobles, and the nobles become warriors. No one is content to be who they are.
Is there anything you like about Ferelden?
There is interesting food here. You have a thing. It doesn't have a word in the Kunari tongue. Little baked things like bread, but sweet and crumbly.
Cookies?
Yes, we have no such things in our lands. This should be remedied.
I love it. You sound a bit homesick.
Perhaps. It's strange to be in a crowd and hear a language that is not your own. To see faces that are and aren't like yours. I miss the smells of Saharon. Tea and incense and the sea. Ferelden smells of wet dogs.
You left out rotting garbage.
True. I was trying to forget that part. Shall we move on?
Do the Kunari ever want to change their lot in life?
What does that accomplish? The farmer who buys a shop is never a merchant. He is always a farmer turned merchant. He carries his old life with him as a turtle carries its shell.
But that makes the turtle stronger.
Does it? It's also his weakness. If he stumbles and falls over, it pins him on his back. It is better to armor yourself with no more than what you need. One life, one duty.
I suppose that's true.
Shall we move on?
I want to discuss something you mentioned.
Speak, then.
I think we're out of
Then I
dialogue.
suggest we move on.
Yep. Let's go. Let's go.
As you wish.
Yep, he approves a lot. That's because I have cracked Sten. Sten is my bud. Let's see how much he loves me. Sten. He is getting there. A couple more paintings, and he'll be mine. My big, strong, silent person. Okay, Morgan. Sigh. Yeah. She's got little potion ingredients things there. It's quite cute.
I await your command.
She likes me. I'd like to ask you something.
So, full of questions, are you?
Is Flemeth really what she seems to be?
Well, that depends, does it not? What does she
so
seem
sorry.
to be?
A powerful Maleficar.
You mean, is she truly the Flemeth of legend and story? Tell me, how much do you know of the tale? The one that the chastened still tell of my mother, to frighten them into obedience.
Liliana literally just told me it. I've heard a little of it.
No doubt such a tale has mutated much over time and telling. I can relay what Flemeth once told me herself, and you can decide whether or not 'tis the truth, if you desire.
That sounds interesting.
As the tale is sung by the bards, there was a time when Flemeth was young and beautiful, a fair lass in a land of barbarian men, the desire of any who saw her.
How long ago is this?
Many centuries, before this land was even named Ferelden. The tales say that Flemeth fell in love with Osen the bard, and fled
Yep.
the castle of her husband, the dread Lord Conabar,
heard
and that
this.
he swore vengeance for her infidelity.
He did.
In truth, my mother claims that 'twas Osen who was her husband, and Conabar the jealous lord who looked on from afar. Lord Conabar approached young Osen and offered him wealth and power in exchange for his lovely wife, and Osen agreed.
He sold his wife to another man?
The life of a bard is a poor one, and love fades in the wake of hunger. 'Twas Flemeth who suggested the arrangement. All would have been well had Lord Conabar kept his end of the bargain. But he was a foul man who bargained with coin he did not possess. Osen was led off to a field and slain, left for dead. Flemeth spoke to the spirits and learned of the deed, and swore revenge.
Did she speak to spirits or demons?
Spirits first, and 'twas they who slew Conabar. Flemeth did not turn to the demon until much later. Lord Conabar's allies chased Flemeth, you see. Chased her to the wilds, and there she hid. There she found the demon, and he made her strong. The legends all speak of the great hero Cormac, he who defeated Flemeth and her great army when she invaded the lowlands centuries later. All lies.
Which she never invaded, or she never know. Cormac is a revered hero, I understand.
The truth of the matter is that there was never an invasion. As Flemeth tells it, the Chastened never raised an army under her banner, and she never fought with any warrior named Cormac. Cormac led a brutal civil war against his own people, and later claimed it was to vanquish evil that had taken root amongst the lords. Thus, he was hailed a hero. Flemeth was only attached to the legend much later. Perhaps 'twas due to the great war with the Chastened that eventually came, but Mother claims not to know how it began.
Do you believe her version?
I do not believe everything that Flemeth claims. Oft it seems her bitterness has coloured her memories. But on the whole, yes, I believe this tale, if not all.
How is it that Flemeth have survived for so long?
The demon within her has transformed her into something else. An abomination, perhaps some would say. I know not. I only know my mother is clever, and she is part of the wilds as it is part of her. But she is no immortal. She bleeds. A blade in her heart would kill her like any other, were it lucky enough to find her.
Aren't abominations usually insane horrors?
How often is this usually? Always? If not always, then when is it not true? There are more things in this world and the next than you or I could ever hope to understand. What Flemeth became is a mystery. I suspect even to her.
The legend tells of Flemeth having many daughters.
You ask if I have sisters. I have asked of this myself. The stories tell of many witches of the wilds after all, not just the one. And these tales existed long before I did. Flemeth refuses to speak of other daughters, if they existed. So, should I believe I am her first? I doubt that too.
Why would she refuse to speak of them?
The Chastened tell of a falling out between Flemeth and her daughters. They say that one day she hunted them all through the wilds and ate their hearts. It may be true. I have never seen another witch or heard of one. Perhaps one day Flemeth will eat my heart as well.
An interesting story, thank you.
Flemeth tells it with far more embellishment than I, but you are welcome. Dare I ask of your own mother? Few are abominations of legend, 'tis true, but I find myself curious nevertheless.
I love her. What else do you want to know?
Nothing. I wish to know nothing more. I find myself a little envious, to tell the truth. But it matters not. Let us move on.
Get a bit of approval for that. And, I want to see if I've got any rune stones.
Enchantment?
Yep, enchantment.
Enchantment!
Okay, so Oathkeeper has one. The Edge, the Beastman's Dagger. I've only got Chevalier's Mace. Doesn't look great. Oh, so sorry. I'm so sorry. Let's give this to the Beastman's Dagger. Okay. Accept.
If there's anything I can do for you, please tell me.
Let me see your wares, madame.
I'm sure you'll be pleased with the goods my boy and I have collected, and with your discount.
I think. Okay, so one of my, I think. Let's just get rid of some of this stuff here. We don't need the crossbows. Probably not the fire bolts. Or the small. Or this dagger. Get rid of that. This. Okay. Keep the arrows. And the edge here. I think. I was gonna say. I suspect that. This quest marker he has above his head is because I haven't taken any gifts off of him. Splint mail gloves and boots. I'll get rid of these scale gloves. So I am going to try to buy a couple of these gifts and see if that gets rid of the arrow above his head. These rings don't have anything for them, they're just made of different metals, that's why you sell them. Okay, let's see if there's anything here we can sell. No, all that stuff's good. We'll get rid of this stuff. Floor spar we can sell. Quartz we can sell. This fancy vase we can sell. Like Phelim, of course, so. I think we can sell. Keeping hold of the sapphire for now. And that's all good. get rid of this stuff too. Keep the toxin extracts just in case. I don't know that we do need them for the rest of the game, but I'm going to keep them. I don't have any flasks. Got 23 flasks. That's probably fine. Let me just scroll through his stuff here real quick. Okay. Blood Dragon plate helmet. I could wear that. I could wear the Blood Dragon stuff, but it's not perfect. I think I'm gonna keep with what I've got now. There's a lot of these lovely runes, but we will be picking other runes up, so we don't really need that. So here's a necklace. That's just a plain basic part of the oh yeah, okay, why don't I buy these things? Will raise your canary prayers for the dead. They raise your approval rates so significantly that it seems unfair to use them. But you do get a little bit of dialogue, so I'm going to get this loot. Quest completed. What's the other? Oh, feast day gifts. Is there... Feast day pranks. Okay, I have to buy a feast day prank as well.
If there's anything I can do for you, please, please tell me.
Let's see your wares. Come on.
I'm sure you'll be pleased with the...
Okay. So why don't I buy an uncrushable pigeon? Right. Thank goodness I got it out of my log. Okay. So I am going to give this golden rope necklace to Morgan.
A fine gift. You have my thanks.
And then I shall give this to Liliana.
That's a wonderful thought. I don't know what to say.
And it is really overpowered that. Zev, you don't have a helmet, but I just sold all the helmets. You have leather boots, which are not great. Let's give you... What's he got for a belt? Dexterity. Okay, yeah, that's probably fine. Let's give him some armor. And I don't have any... Let's see what I've got for... So he has a long sword here. We'll give him the Chevalier's mace. And we'll give him the Beastman's dagger. That should do. I don't know whether I'm going to be taking him out. As Yusar is better than what he has. Of course it is. What? Let's give him Yusaris. I don't have any rings for him. Win. I don't have any gloves. Alistair's fully kitted out. Let's see. Can I give? That's much better. About the same. About the same. Okay. So I think I can sell a few more things. And see, that it kind of cheats because it gives you all of her
If there's
approval.
anything I can do for you, please, please tell me.
Let me see your wares.
I'm sure you'll be pleased with the goods my boy and I have collected, and with your discount.
Okay. Let's get rid of the heavy chainmail because I don't think we'll need it. I'm gonna keep Eamon's shield for now. I know we don't really need these. We could use a helmet. This one's quite expensive, so we'll just buy a studded helmet. And I'm not sure that we have, well, we're gonna get rid of this one. I think I'll keep Liliana's necklace for now. And we'll get rid of the stuff we just took off of our people there. And that is going to make our inventory a lot lighter. We've got 44 out of 120 now. And so I think we can be done and we can go to Denerim. Denerim. I don't know why I keep mispronouncing it. I'm going to talk to Liliana first.
I enjoy the nights at camp. The night always seems more peaceful to me, safer.
I know what you mean.
I feel the night grants us a reprieve from the troubles of the day. Silly, isn't it? The darkspawn never sleep, and they lurk in the shadows.
It's not silly to seek moments to lay down your burdens.
I enjoy those nights when we stand guard together, talking to pass the time in those small hours. Well, I talk and you listen mostly. Sometimes
She does
I
like
succumb
talking.
and fall asleep and wake to find you still watchful. And I know you're watching out for me.
It would be nice if you stayed awake for a change. Let's see. You never have to feel afraid with me.
What I'm trying to say is that I trust you. I'm comfortable around you. I know you'll be there when I need you. You are our leader and my friend, and sometimes I think that maybe we could be more than that. Maker, look at me stumbling over my words like an ill-educated peasant girl. Some bard I am.
You're cute when you're embarrassed.
I'm not embarrassed. I'm just flushed because of the heat.
Oh god. Okay, yes. I said I was gonna go with Liliana, so we're gonna do it. Last choice. Someone like you being interested in me is flattering.
What? Are you saying I have bad taste? Why can't I like you? You're a good person, a great listener, a remarkable warrior. You often show signs of intelligence.
A great listener.
You're fairly good looking. Most of your
Oh,
facial
fairly.
features are in the right place.
Thanks. You're so complimentary.
You're welcome. I try. There isn't much more I can say. My feelings have been laid bare. You are very special to me.
I feel the same way, and I'm glad you do too.
Really? No one told me. You felt the same way and didn't do me the courtesy of informing me? You made me say all those things. Why couldn't you have said them first? Oh, you... Oh, how very awkward.
You still like me, right? I don't know if I'd say that. I thought you were comfortable around me.
Well, yes, but don't question me. I am a woman, and I reserve the right to be inconsistent. Oh, chivalry is so dead, making the lady spill her guts like that.
So, do I kiss her, or... Oh god, I don't know what to do in this situation. Your spilled guts. I want to tease her. I'm going to tease her.
Yes, I am fond of you, and I care about you. And let's go about our business before the others suspect something.
Oh, I didn't get... Oh, of course I didn't get any approval, because she's topped out now. I don't want to do more than that for now. Let's go to, Let's go to Denerim. Denerim, what the hell's wrong with me? Let's take
Indeed.
Liliana.
Yes.
Let's take Alistair. Alistair? Do I want to take Alistair? No. I always take Alistair
blast it.
everywhere. I'm sorry, Alistair. Let's take the two
Yes.
thieves
Yes.
and stun. And then if we have to fight, we'll go back to camp and pick up another couple people. Let's go to Denerim. I hope there's not a fight on the way. There probably will be. Here we go. Blood spotting our way across the map. Splat, splat. Ah! Okay. Oh, cutscene.
Sire, I have more news. Yes. Well, it seems that the fighting has gone
Enough.
exactly as you...
I would like to know what you intend to accomplish, Father. Should we not be fighting the Darkspawn instead of each other?
The nobility should be brought into line and then the Darkspawn defeated. This is no true blight, Honora. Only Kaelin's vanity demanded it be so.
Beg pardon, sire. But blight or no, we may not have the manpower to face the Darkspawn soon.
Kaelin approached your legions for support, did he
Never!
not?
Marek and I drove those bastards out! We'll not roll out the welcome for them now!
We need help, Father. We cannot deal with this crisis alone.
Ferelden will stand on its own! I will lead it through this, Honora. You must have faith in me.
Did you kill Kaelin?
Kaelin's death was his own doing.
Yeah, keep telling yourself that. At least she suspects, you know? I don't particularly like Honora for a few reasons. Oh dear, we are going to get jumped here, aren't we? Okay, well, I haven't given him a helmet, so I'm going to give him a helmet. Zev, I have a helmet. Not going to help particularly much. Oh, wait. He gets an item set bonus. Well, that's alright. What has he got? He's got this apprentice. Gives him a bit more armor. I think armor's pretty important. So, for Liliana, we're going to give her some fire arrows so she can help out a little bit more than she usually does. I'm just going to save it before we start this fight because I'm not quite sure with two rogues how this is going to go. Oh.
Rough travels out here, eh? We even saw Darkspawn on the way in.
You don't say. Oh, you don't say.
Right, Darkspawn. We killed a whole band of them on the way up from Lothering. We're delivering a message to the Chantry in Denerim. You?
What's the message about?
We saw a blood mage down near the Brazilian forest. We're off to tell the Chantry about him.
Oh, it's one of my quests. I have to stop him.
I thought you said... Wait, you're serious?
Why not let us deliver your message?
I suppose that's all right. As long as it gets there. Stay safe.
There we go. We didn't have to use our... You know, I am curious. I might go ahead and try a couple battles with the mages just to see what happens. Sorry, battles with the rogues to see what happens, because I don't think I've ever taken two rogues out at the same time. And Liliana needs to level up, so let's see what she's got. You can tell I haven't taken her out for quite some time. Dexterity is really important. I'm going to give her 6. I'm going to give her 3, well, cunning. Okay, she's bard. Fine, fine. She's got stealing. I should respec her. I'm going to give her combat training. She's a bard, which means she can distract people. Okay, let's do that. Distract. And I want her to have critical shot. And melee archer, that's fine. She's gonna be an archer. Zev, of course, let's see his skills. He's an assassin. He's got higher critical chance. He has stealth in combat. I might have to respec him as well because I never use combat stealth. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Alright, I need to telekinetic weapons, everybody. Yes. The blood trails are quite funny. Alright. Oh, you know what I didn't do? I didn't take Alistair. The reason why I wanted to take Alistair. Oh dear. We're gonna have to go back to camp. Camp.
I lied to you, you know, about why I left Orlais.
So you didn't get tired of the life?
In a way I did. But these feelings were triggered by events which I did not tell you about. I didn't feel like talking about it then. What happened to me? Maybe it will affect us, maybe not, but you should know. I came to Ferelden and the Chantry because I was being hunted in Orlais.
Tell me more.
I was framed, betrayed by someone I thought I knew and could trust. Marjolaine. She was my mentor and friend. She taught me the bardic arts, how to enchant with words and song, to carry myself like a highborn lady, to blend in as a servant. The skills I learned, I used to serve her, my bard master, because I loved her, and because I enjoyed what I did.
You loved her?
She was a remarkable woman. I cannot fully express the admiration I had for her, or the depth of my affection. I thought I knew her. My devotion to her blinded me to her less than noble attributes. You can say it was my fault. There was a man I was sent to kill. I was to bring Marjolaine everything he carried. I don't know who this man was. She gave me a name and a description, and I hunted him down. I found documents on his body, sealed documents.
You opened them, didn't you?
My curiosity got the better of me. Something told me that I needed to know what was in those letters. Marjolaine had been selling all kinds of information about Orlais to other countries, Nevarra and Antiva among others. It was treason.
Isn't that what bards do?
Some. But I had always assumed Marjolaine only operated within Orlais. This was an unhappy surprise for me. My life as bard taught me that my loyalties should be kept fluid. My concern was not that she was a traitor, but that her life would be in danger if she was caught. Orlais has been at war with so many countries. It takes a harsh view of such things, as I later discovered.
I am glad I don't have a camera on because you just see me like sneezing so much. Most countries don't appreciate treason.
I should have left well alone, but I didn't. I had to tell Marjolaine I feared for her life. She brushed aside my concern. She admitted her guilt, but said it was in the past. That is why the documents had to be destroyed, she said. I believed her. I kept believing up till the moment they showed me the documents, altered by her hand, to make me look the traitor.
What? I can't. Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to curse like that. My apologies. She betrayed you?
Yes. The Orlesian guards. They captured me. Did terrible things to make me confess and reveal my conspirators. It was a traitor's punishment I endured. And at the end of it, all that awaited me was eternity in an unmarked grave.
How unpleasant. And you never sought revenge on Marjolaine for this?
No. Survival was my only concern at the time. The skills Marjolaine taught me were good for something at least. I broke free when I saw the opportunity. I did not seek Marjolaine out. If she thought I was coming for her, she would have me caught again.
And so you came to Ferelden, to Lothering.
I was tempted to confront her. I was furious, betrayed. But what could I do against her? And so I fled to Ferelden, to the Chantry and the Maker. Ferelden protected my person, and the Maker saved my soul. And that is the reason I am here. The real reason. No more lies between us, at least in this.
So the character models, you can see that she's got this horrible dog collar on. That's because the bodies are separate from the heads. They made a certain amount of bodies because that's where the armor are, and then they made the heads to go on top of it. So this little dog collar thing kind of hides the join. Thank you for trusting me with this.
It feels good to have this off my chest. Thank you for listening and understanding.
Okay. Now, after about
begun.
an hour of dialogue, and not even reaching the bottom of
Yes.
their talk, let's have Stan along with us. I just want to hear what you have to
Yes.
say. Back to Denver. Okay, so one of the things I want to do is level up our friend Alistair here. Let's give him more points of dex. No, we're just going to give him another point in constitution as well. Because he's really low on constitution. Let's see, how many he has? Oh, he needs one more strength. Let's give him one more strength, excuse me. Ugh, okay. So now we'll give him assault. He needs more dex for the shield mastery, but that's okay. It's a passive skill, so it's worth investing in. All right, now I want him to have a oh dear, I want him to have more active skills. Ooh, there's a lady we gotta talk to.
So, this thing you and him have going, doesn't that violate your vows?
What? What kind of question is that to just blurt out? What do we have going?
Yes, I'm that blind. I so totally did not see you ogling each other before.
He was not ogling me, was he? Was he really ogling me?
Now that you say it, I'm not sure. Maybe he wasn't ogling you. I don't know. I could always ask him.
You can't do that. Could you? You couldn't do that.
I could, but I won't. Next thing you'll have me pulling his hair and passing him love letters.
Just mind your own business. How inappropriate.
This is really fun, you know. I never actually romanced her or seen anybody romance her, so it's quite sweet.
Good day.
Oh, I can't do anything with her yet. Okay, well there is a quest that she involves, that's why she's named character. It's just sitting there. Let's see. Oh. Try not to scare too many people. Oh, you found a friend! That's nice.
Puppy!
Make her, where did you get that? If he comes with us, he's gonna have to fight Darkspawn. I know he's too young, that's my point. Oh man, that's wonderful.
Magic exists to serve man and never to rule over him. Foul and corrupt are they who have taken it.
That's wonderful. I love it. Word of warning. So So you have to put blood marks on people's doors. Shades of biblical things. This one is procure 10 lyrium potions and offer them to Knight Commander Harith and Redcliffe. Okay, that's fine. How many lyrium potions do I have? We have to find this mage in the direction of the Brazilian forest. He's probably there, so. And then the Scrolls of Bannister. This is my least favorite quest of all time. I'm gonna take it anyway. Okay.
Take this. You've earned it.
2 gold coins. Woohoo! Okay. We have a wooden crate. Which refuses to target. We have a hooded courtier.
Leave me to my business.
Leave you to your business. Okay. Fine. We have Sergeant Kylon.
You here to report another crime? I swear we should just cordon off the entire district. Oh, can I help you, Warden?
Is the market district really that bad?
What?
Wait.
You're serious? I mean, yes,
Picked the wrong
yes,
one.
I could use help. I've got a pretty popular establishment that's crawling with mercenaries. If I send my boys in, someone might get, maker forbid, hurt, and I'll have to explain to their noble fathers that being a guard is actually dangerous.
I love this guy. What do you need me to do?
The name of the whorehouse is the Pearl. Beat down any mercenaries that are out of line and send them a message. I said beat down, not kill. Let me make that really clear. Not on fire, or exploded, or make a nose, whatever type of grisly death you can dream up. Sorry. Used to giving orders to my boys. Just leave them breathing and I'll be happy.
Sign me up, Sarge.
Thank you, Warden. Happy hunting.
Yeah, he had more to say. But, unfortunately,
Allow me. I could do that for you.
No, I want to hit it with my staff. And take this novice flame room. Okay, now I want to see how many lyrium potions I have. I can always use them. I've got lesser ones. I wonder if that's good enough, or I have to give him...
Turn your attention elsewhere. My business does not concern you.
I have something you might be interested in.
I doubt that. Yes, you're right. This is very interesting. I'll take this note from you, and I'll confiscate this lyrium as evidence. You have done a great thing here, friend. Those rogue mages' days are numbered.
Right. Well, that was helpful and easy. Here's my Raven of Respec.
That's my sister's
Oh,
house.
Of course.
I'm almost sure of it. This is the right address. She
Those
could be
are hideous
inside.
gloves. Look at those
Could we
gloves.
go and see?
Yes, of course. Wouldn't you rather meet her on your own?
Do I seem a little nervous? I am. I really don't know what to expect. I'd like you to be there with me if you're willing. Or we could leave, I suppose. We really don't have time to pay a visit, do we? Maybe we should go.
Fine, let's see if she's home.
Will she even know who I am? Does she even know I exist? My sister. That sounds very strange. Sister. Oh, now I'm babbling. Maybe we should go. Let's go. Let's just go.
Ah, Alistair. Alright. I'm gonna save it here, and then I will return to this in the next part.